Hi, and welcome to Seer of the Times. You notice that I started the question out on the picture of this video with a question. What does tar pits do to water? It turns it black. And I showed you a picture of what the Middle East water looks like, and it does not look black. You cannot swim in water that has tar pits or tar seeps. In the Middle East, they say that the tar pits are under the water. But if that was the case, then the water would be black and nothing, you can't swim in it. 2 weeks ago, I was at the true location, and the water is black. You cannot swim in it. It has according to the locals, it has a rotten egg smell. And when I was out at what they called the jetty, which some man built from the rocks that are out there that look like huge brimstone boulders. They're black. They have the smell of tar. And he built what is called a jetty out in the water. And sometimes the water level comes up and covers the jetty. And other times, like this time when I was out there, it was well exposed and I walked all the way out and I didn't even walk close to where the edge of the water was because it was receded so much. And I found out why it's receding is because the Rockefellers have bought up a lot of that around there and they're diverting or they're using the water from the salt lake out to the salt flats, which the Bible talks about, to make lithium. So the water levels are going down because of that. But I wanted to show you what it looks like out there, and you cannot swim in it. But the southern part of the lake, because there's a barrier between the part that has the tar and the part that doesn't, there's a barrier. And so the southern part that you can swim in, but the northern part, northeast, where Sodom and Gomorrah were, which is the valley of Siddim. And Siddim happens to mean furrows, divisions, fields. And that's what's out there, different fields, divisions in it. But Sodom means flaming or burnt. Furrows, wet fields, and it also means demons. It's a wet field because of the tar seeps that are seeping up out of the ground, and it stays wet out in that area a lot. But it's not a place that you can go get water from or swim in or anything like that. It's gross. So when we were driving, I've got maps of us driving and I screenshot where we were, and you can see the divisions of the fields, and you can also see the tar seeps everywhere. I wanted to show you here where we were. So I'm going to turn this camera around so you can see. So this is the area that we were right in here, and I'm going to zoom in and it's going to show you the spiral jetty. Got bad reception in here. So here is what the area looks like. It looks like a bunch of it's rubble for here. And let's see if I can. It's black rocks. It looks like brimstone. Let me get this out of here. Okay, so we were out at what was called the spiral jetty. And then see here how it says Rosal Point, spiral jetty? Okay, watch this. Let's go over here, Rosal Point. Rosal Point oil field. Look at that right there. See if I can pull it up on. Okay, right there. This is where I was. There's the oil field. And then there's the spiral jetty. So we were out here. We didn't get to go out that far. But look at the water. Look how black it is. You're not swimming in that. See? That's where it's located. And I see how there's a barrier here and it's blue here. You can swim in here. They have sailboats. We saw sailboats around in here, but you can't do that up in here. And then we drove. There's a road that leads around and we went up through here, and all of these are just tar seeps. And then this we went back through here. This is a valley that goes through here. There's mountains on both sides. Don't think we can do ground view, but I'm gonna try and see. Let's go over here and see if we can see what we see. Okay, and we took a dirt road all the way out there too. It was a dirt road. Okay, let me see if I can go back and show you some more. Okay, so we took this road up through here. And there's an area over here where there's a whole bunch of satellites. Solar panels. Okay, see all these solar panels? Okay, right here is that area I was talking about. And it's called Northrop Grumman Rocket Garden. So let's see if I can pull this up here. Oh, there it was. Look at this. Let's see, can I zoom? Trying to figure out how I can zoom in so you can see it. But it says NASA right there on the side of it. Let's look at those photos. Way out in no man's land, because they know that most people are not going to go out there. Because there's very few people that go out there. Let's see if there's any more. Check these out. The NASA right there on the side of it. So this is out in the middle of nowhere out there because, I mean, they put a bunch of stuff out there. Government, that they know that people aren't out there, so they're not gonna see it. Okay, so we were on, let me see. We were on this road right here, and then we came and went down. And I want you to see all of these. I'll post up some pictures too of us driving across here. But you can see that they're different things of fields, especially over here. And it's all, you know, oil. This is all oil or tar. So, anyway, I just wanted to show you. It looks like what the Bible says, and it matches its description as well. But the Middle East does not match the biblical description. In fact, you know what? At the end of this video, I'm going to show you what they say about Sodom and Gomorrah in the Middle East. Again, it's all about catching them in lies, because what a liar can't keep their story straight. Some of the pictures, some of the maps show you that Sodom and Gomorrah was northeast or north, and that's exactly where it was here, not over there. And then other maps in the Middle East show you it's on the south end. And then one side, it'll say the valley is on one side, then it says the valley is on the other, and then they have Mount Sodom on there, and they put it all over the place. They can't keep the story straight. So I'm going to post that up here for you to see as well. But the Siddim Valley, also known where Sodom and Gomorrah was, is on the northeast end of the Great Salt Lake in Utah, also known as Judah. All right, you have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.